Everybody, give me 1 second to get my notes all pasted in the notepad here, and we will get started. Okay, let's get this underway. I'm gonna have my volume turned down a little bit here because I don't have my headset. I'm in the process of moving houses, and I packed my headset like a brainiac, so it's somewhere in a box. I do have Notepad++. I just say Notepad. Anyway, so as you guys can see, we have a meeting chat channel. Please keep all your chit chat in there. Feel free to chit chat, whatever. Asking questions in there probably won't get noticed at first. At the end of the meeting, I'll take questions, and that's where we'll do them. But that's kind of like the place where you guys can chit chat or make comments or whatever while I'm talking, so that we don't have people talking over me and stuff like that. So first, thanks everybody for coming. This will be like our 4th meeting now, I think, that since we started doing these. So they go a little quicker now because we don't have as much to talk about, but they're pretty cool. Players seem to like them. We are recording this, I think. Aliana, you recording?
I am.
Awesome. So we will have this posted in Discord later. So people that missed the meeting, if you guys see anybody asking about it, they can check it out. Anyway, so we're going to hit some topics. After I hit my topics, we'll let the other admins hit some topics, and then we'll let people ask questions, and then you guys can get back to killing each other and raiding bases and whatever else you're doing. So I do this kind of just informally, and I just pretty much scroll through my notes and say what I got to say here. So starting off, raid bases do not have designated zones. So yeah, on some of the most recent maps, I've not been putting those big giant flat islands anymore for the raid bases. I think they look stupid. I think it makes the maps look terrible, having these just big flat islands for obvious reasons that, they're just there for raid bases. I was trying to put one in the north, one in the south type thing, so they're spread out, but all it does is just make a big cluster of raid bases, and everybody, I don't know, I just don't like it. So I stopped doing that. It's also a pain in the ass to edit all the maps. It's not just a matter of, making a flat piece of land. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff you have to do when you raise ground out of the ocean. So I've stopped doing that. That just basically means you guys got to be more careful with what you're doing when you build. The raid bases have to have certain degree of flatness, I guess, if that's even a word, to pop a raid base. They also can't have any player structures or any player deployables within 150 meter diameter, or they will not spawn. So they also can't have big rock formations. So basically what that means is if you guys keep taking up all the flat land, the raid bases will run out of places to spawn. That's why I was making those islands, so that they would always have a guaranteed place to spawn. Like I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm not trying to be a dick. It's a pain in the ass to do to all our maps. And I really do think it looks stupid. So just going to ask the players to just be careful where you build, or be careful how much crap you deploy all over the map, because eventually they could stop spawning if we run out of room. Haven't seen that yet. We're going to touch on the whole building thing. Yeah, it does look stupid. We're going to touch on the whole building thing later. And a positive note too. I'm not gonna bitch and moan. This will be the first time in probably 6 months I haven't bitched and moaned about you guys building. So I do have some positive things to say about that later. Moving on, building huge bases close together can cause complete shutdowns. This note was written on September 7th, so this has probably been beaten into y'all's heads over the last month, but it was still one of my notes to discuss, so we'll discuss it. As you guys saw a couple wipes ago, if you keep building huge bases right on top of each other, it quite literally denies people the ability to play on our server. There's just nothing we can do about it. It's not server performance at all. When it first happened, remember that one night when I had to jump out of bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning to come down here and fix things for everybody? My first thing I do is I check server metrics, and every admin in this channel could tell you the server metrics were through the roof. We have a stat we can watch to see how well the server's performing. it's a pretty detailed stat too, because I mean, just something as simple as the server saving itself, you can see the performance dip. I mean, the metric is pretty accurate. And when that was happening, the server metric was through the roof. There was nothing wrong with the server. So it's absolutely 100% a client-side thing, meaning I can't do anything about it. I cannot come to your house and upgrade your PC. I cannot come to your house and, help your internet connection. Whatever the problem is, it's your client trying to render in all these gigantic bases and entities at the same time, and it causes you to get disconnected and get stuck in a loop of timing out where you can't get back on the server. So like I said, there's nothing I can do about it except try to get players to spread out more and quit building, giant bases that are just, thousands and thousands of entities when you could easily, have something smaller. I know a lot of you build these giant bases and they're hollow inside. Shrink that down. I mean, if there's nothing inside, there's no reason for it to be so big. Like I said a second ago, though, I do have some positive to say about that. I've seen a lot less of that this wipe, I guess. Aliana and some of the other admins were flying around and reporting that to me. And looks like you guys have done a much better job this wipe, so keep it up. We haven't really had any major problems with people's timing out this wipe, so I think that's working. All right, next note. Oh, pardon my French on this note right here. This note says, for the love of fucking God, if you ping me, the server better be on fire or the ban button will shortly be. Please stop pinging me in Discord. There's no reason to ever ping me in Discord at all. I am probably the only person that still has notifications turned on for all the major channels in Discord. Every single time you guys type, I get a notification. And if you really need me, just do support bot. It pings. I get woken up at, as you just saw with the whole timing out thing, I get woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning from the support bot. I don't know what it is. I even have staff doing it. Everybody always wants to ping me when they want to talk to me. You don't have to ping me. I see everything. I promise. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is scroll all the way back in my Discord to the last thing I saw and read everything. So I even used to do that with server chat back in the day before we got so populated, but that would take me the rest of my life. So I don't do server chat anymore. Just a reminder to everyone, we do not provide any support for NPC raid bases. You all right there, Beefy? You gonna make it? Anyway, we do not provide any support for raid bases. I've announced this, but it's been many, many months, so some newer people probably don't see it or don't know about it. That plugin, we have a staff member named Nivix who made that plugin. He's the original creator and he's the one that maintains it. If you have any problems with raid bases whatsoever, all the way down to simple things like, the loot is under the ground, whatever it may be, post it in the NPC raid base support Discord channel. We do not provide support for raid bases, period. Don't put it in a support ticket. Don't put it into the Zombot volunteer system. There's nothing we can do about it. We have the same powers you have when it comes to raid bases. Nothing we can do. Let's see. Next note. Oh, yeah. So when was this? This was on the 14th. So about 2 weeks ago, Aliana was bugging the hell out of me in Discord, needing some of my time, and I was pretty busy. Kept blowing her off, telling her maybe later. Just in the middle of a lot of stuff in real life right now. As you know, I'm moving, so that requires all kinds of time. Anyway, so she kept bugging me, and I finally told her, okay, fine, I'll log in real quick. I logged in, and she had me teleport to her. And I was standing inside this building that was just plastered from end to end with about 30 different notes from all the players and staff and everybody else, each one personally written, like you would sign somebody's yearbook at high school type thing, with all kinds of nice things to say about me and my server. So that was probably the most touching thing that's ever happened to me online, period. That was pretty awesome. They also got me a gift card to take my wife out to dinner at our favorite restaurant because it's been a year now that the server has pretty much had every moment of my time. So anyway, that was a really cool thing. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit. That really touched me. So I appreciate that. Suggestion channel. When you're doing the suggestion channel, I've said this a million times, we do not take suggestions for more plugins right now. And if you do make a suggestion, you need to have a solution in the suggestion. Don't just say, hey, my suggestion is, I think it'd be cool if Godzilla came out of the ocean and started stomping people's faces. Well, that's great, but unless you have a plugin that does that and you want to link it to me, it's not going to happen. And if it is a plugin, it's still not going to happen because we're not taking any more suggestions for plugins right now. So please stop suggesting plugins and please stop making suggestions without an actual solution. And I can also tell you just offhand, if you make a suggestion that's going to make the server easier, I'm going to decline it no matter what it is. If it doesn't matter how cool of a suggestion it is, if it makes it easier, it's going to get declined. And it would be really cool if Godzilla came out of the ocean and stomped everybody's bases, or like that big.
That's why we have tanks.
Or that big robot man on the map. God, what map did I put that robot on? I can't even remember, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so. Okay, yeah. So my next note says, basically to tell you guys, you got to quit being salty about people doing things more efficiently or better or whatever, however they're doing them. If someone is not actually cheating or exploiting something on my server, then they're not doing anything wrong. Basically what that means is, some of you probably aren't even old enough to remember this player, but Nani Mochi, man, we must have had 30 support tickets a month for him because dude is he's just legit with the Bradley, man. He flies around in a minicopter with like 7 rocket launchers all preloaded. As soon as he sees a Bradley, he just slams that minicopter into the ground, pops 1, 2, 3, 4, and just bam, just takes every Bradley. And people were so pissed. The point being is you could do the same thing. You could do the exact same thing he's doing. We've spent hundreds of dollars on locking plugins, for the damage locking and all that kind of stuff. And I know they bug out sometimes and don't work sometimes. But speaking of which, I do have a thing in with Nivix right now to fix the one damage plugin to where if the vehicle goes public again and then someone else starts fighting it, it gives credit to the first person that did the most damage type thing. So he is going to fix that, by the way. Anyway, the point being is you can't bitch and moan about someone doing legit gameplay. No matter how cheesy it is, no matter how fucking cheap it is, no matter how like unfair it is, if they're playing the game just more efficiently or better than you, there's nothing wrong with that. I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I actually suck at this game. I suck pretty bad at this game. If you ever see me PvP, I'm terrible. And it does get frustrating that people are so much better at this game than I am, but that's just all there is to it. If again, I'm going to use Nani Mochi as an example. If he's smart enough to load up 7 rocket launchers and go out there and pop a Bradley instantly almost, that's just, hey, he did better than you. You got to either get over it or do the same thing he's doing. So no more support tickets and no more complaints, please, about people doing things more efficiently or better than you are. It's just part of gaming. That's part of the challenge of video gaming. All right, scrolling on down here. My next comment or my next note, we've had a couple support tickets and a couple people pissed off, I guess, about how we've handled things as admins. And someone made the claim to us, and it really rubbed me raw, that we basically weren't doing something to someone. I don't remember the exact situation. Maybe one of my admins can pipe in because you'll know what I'm talking about when I get through this. We weren't doing something to this person because their clan, donates a lot to our server and blah, blah, blah. And I won't take action against them because they donate and stuff. That right there is nothing you can do on this server that pisses me off more than try to accuse me of favoritism because someone donates to the server. I mean, is he in this channel right now? Hold on, let me see.
Yes.
No, I don't think he's in this channel right now. We banned the top donator before. I legit, the top donator who has donated more money on the server than probably 50 of you combined. We banned his ass. Like
He is in chat, just so you know.
Yeah, there you go. You're in here. Good. So we banned his ass. He did something wrong. We banned his ass. So we don't show favoritism. Dude literally has supported the server for almost like 2 months straight and still got banned. So we just don't. There's nothing that pisses me off more. I try to be a fair admin, and I make sure the admins and the staff are fair also. We do not give favoritism for money, period. It's just, I don't know how else to put that. And the same goes with people that are friends. You know, there's some people on here that have been around for a long ass time, you know, almost a full year, and they don't get any more special treatment than somebody that just joined yesterday. I've even banned admins before. So I've banned somebody that in the past, it used to be like pretty much my best friend on the server, you know, as far as Rust goes, who'd been around since we only had 2-3 players. Had to ban them before. So, I mean, we don't take favoritism, period.
Point of reference, T has also been banned because, you know, he was being
Yeah. I've been banned before too. And it sucks to unban me as the owner. I got to restart the whole damn server. Anyway, so just understand that. And where's he at? You said he's in the channel. I don't even see him. You know who you are. I appreciate all the donating you've done. Sorry we had to ban you that night, dude. That right there should be proof enough that it's just how it is, man. We don't take shit. No matter how nice someone is to our server or to us, we try to be fair. Let's see, moving on. Admins are not here to help you find your corpse or recover your corpse, period. I don't know how else to put that. Obviously, if you have a new tag in front of your name, that we are here to help you, just because we want you to get used to the server and get used to roaming Bradleys and all the other devious things I do to try to kill you all. But if you don't have a new tag in front of your name, and our server or our plugin is not the direct cause of it. Sorry, my dog is getting in my face. Anyway, if our server is not the direct cause of it, we are not helping get your corpse back. I don't care if you say you lagged, or, I mean, you know, that's the first excuse in the book. I lagged or my brother did it on my account. Those are always the first two excuses. We're not helping. Call some players to help you out. You know, if you die here, you die there, you die to a Roman Bradley, you die to whatever, get some other people to help you out. We cannot help you. It's not our job. I've actually had to yell at my admins because they keep trying to go help people get their corpses back, and that's not our job. So, hate to be mean, but it's part of the video game. You die, you know, you figure out what you did wrong, and you go back and do it right. That's just part of gaming.
The utmost we can do is if your body glitches under the map, or if you think it has, the most we can possibly do is be like, it is still on the top of the map.
Exactly. Which we get those support tickets almost daily. I can't find my body. It's gone. It deleted. No, it's there. It's just camouflage and you're not looking.
Which
So,
the other side of it too, and granted, just we have had times where the body is glitching. Give it a minute. Usually once the bag pops up, it's going to be there. The other time, and this is in the 4 months I've been admitting at this point? 5 months?
maybe longer.
I've seen once where the person could not see their body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
at all.
I think in an entire
exist.
in an entire year, I think I've seen 3 bags that were actually glitched where someone couldn't get them. And one of them was just because the actual road prefab was a little bit higher than the terrain that's under the road, and it somehow clipped through the road, so it was in between the terrain and the actual road itself. That was it. Like 3 times in a year I've seen that happen. So just start looking for your corpse better, or you lose it. I mean, that's part of video games. Like I said before, sometimes you just die and lose your stuff. On to a lighter note. I don't know how many of you were around on our server last October or December. I'm looking down the list here. I see a couple that might have been. C-Town, I know you've been around for a long time. Let's see. Anyway, there's not too many in this list, but Zach, I think you've been around for a while too. Anyway, October, December, we do a lot of fun stuff for the holidays. So I'll get more into the December one when it gets closer. We do a lot of fun stuff in December. You're going to get a lot of free shit in December, just put it that way. Cool stuff. October, just warning you guys now that admins are going to fuck with you in October. This is our month to troll players. We go the entire year. We don't get to tease you guys or mess with you guys or freak you guys out. Well, in October, that's what we do. I'm going to tell you right now, we have some cool tricks up our sleeves. Last October, we legit had people screaming, like freaking out, didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, October is the best time to be an admin for sure. I'm going to tell you, I actually put my staff through training. We're having a meeting after this meeting so I can train some of the new staff on what we can and cannot do and how to do it. I'll tell you this right now. We will not do anything that hinders or harms your gameplay, if you understand my meaning. PvP situations, we're not going to fuck with you. Give your position away by trolling you, whatever. We're not going to do that kind of stuff. If you're running a monument, we're not going to fuck with you. We're not trying to mess up your gameplay. But like in your base or farming and stuff like that, we're gonna fuck with you. We're gonna try to scare you. We're gonna freak you out. You're gonna think you have a poltergeist in your fucking base. Yeah, Seatown. We had some good times, man. It's a great month. It really is fun. So just warning you guys ahead in time. I don't want to hear any freaking admin abuse screams and support tickets about weird shit happening. Again, we're not gonna break your stuff. We're not gonna steal your stuff. We're not gonna get you killed. So you can rest assured, none of that's gonna happen. But we are definitely gonna fuck with you as much as we can and try to scare the shit out of you in October.
Just probably to point this out too. If something is really against it, you really hate it, you really whatever. You may not see us, but if you say something in voice, we may at least be able to hear you. If you're like, no, that's really scaring me. I really don't want that. Say something.
Yeah, and you're always welcome to put a support ticket in and be like, hey guys, I know you're trying to have fun, but I don't want to be part of that. So feel free to tell us. We're not going to get pissed off. And Pooh, I swear to God, Pooh, if you suggest another damn plugin, I'm going to kick you out of Discord. So anyway, yeah, just know we're going to do that. We're not trying to piss you off. We're trying to have fun. If it bothers you, just put a support ticket in. Let us know politely. You don't have to be a dick. Let us know politely that you just don't want to. You can take your rust real seriously and you don't want to deal with it. I had an entire clan rage quit our server before because I spawned a chicken. So who knows? Maybe some people don't like that kind of shit. So feel free to let us know. It was a big clan too. We're talking like 12 people. Yeah, a chicken. I swear to God. Anyway, all right. I'll tell you the story some other time. So moving on down to the next thing. I got to skip around in my notes here a little bit because I want to save that for last. Force wipe reminder. The force wipe is Thursday. Don't forget when the force wipe happens. Face punch is literally going to break everything. I mean, they're probably going to knock shingles off my roof. So just give us a couple hours to try to fix shit. Stuff's going to be broken. I don't want to hear anybody bitching. Give us some time. I wouldn't go wasting your kit or your supply drops or all that shit until we give the all clear. Sometimes we have the all clear in a couple minutes. Sometimes it could take a couple hours. So just give us some time. We will announce it many times over. Hey, everything's good. You're clear to do whatever now when we know that things are stable. But they're definitely going to break shit. They always do.
One thing I did want to touch base on is usually if something does break, your backpack will be safe because that's a separate file. So
Good
if we
point.
do end up having to do a last minute secondary wipe on the game server, your backpack will stay.
Yeah, the backpacks are saved the instant you close your backpack. It's saved in its own separate file from the server, like world save. So that's why we always preach to you guys that your backpacks are the most secure thing because they're a completely separate file. So if all else fails, stick your shit, like you said, in your backpack and it should be a little safer. All right, moving on down. I'm just rehashing this for anybody new that didn't know. Vehicle licenses now cost components and stuff like that, and per wipe for the initial buy of the vehicle license, and then of course you can spawn it with just RP. The reason we did this, as I told you guys before, we're just trying to slow everybody. Backpacks are safe, like at the force wipe when things are starting to break, is what we're saying. Anyway, we did the vehicle changes just because we needed to slow people down. Some of the more wealthy vet golds and veterans and top voters and stuff were just zooming on past everybody else when the force wipe and the wipes happen because they could just instantly spawn every vehicle and go flying around the map and grab all the good build spots. So we're trying to slow people down by making them take in-game components to buy the license. So that's why we did that. And then the same thing goes for even the Chinook for the top voter. It takes a shit ton of components actually to buy the Chinook license. So we're really trying to slow people down with that. Also, in case anybody missed it in the notes, raid bases, the NPCs respawn now. I'm sure you guys are probably used to that. It was about a month ago, I think, or 3 weeks ago that we changed that. We're still working on fixes. I know there's issues with PvP and looting and all kinds of stuff like that and backpacks. I've been blowing Nivix up for 2-3 weeks now about that. I'm trying. It's just the best I can do is keep begging the dude to fix it. So as soon as that's fixed, I will make sure it's in the update log. Sorry, my dog feels like he needs to chase his tail right next to my chair. Moving on down. Locked crates. We increased the hacked timer. That was probably 2-3 weeks ago. And we also installed a plugin that dumps loot when people don't finish looting a container, because we got sick of people complaining about half-looted containers. So
And
got
it
that on.
just the piles if they have
Yeah,
one, too.
it'll despawn the whole pile, so it respawns and everything. So it's pretty cool. Test generators, we lowered the cost of those. And we also made like a wind turbine trade-in program for test generators. We did this in an effort to curb the giant 75-story tall wind towers that make no sense at all. Seems to be working. I guess some of the other staff can report back to me better on how well that's working. I haven't been flying around too much.
For the most part, it is. We tend to have less, gigantic skyscraping wind towers of doom.
Awesome. Also, the auto purge timers have been decreased. Again, this is all in update logs. I'm just rehashing it. This was a couple weeks ago. That was to basically just get rid of some more entities. People come on the server, try it out, never come back, get rid of their base sooner. And yeah, Bristol's right. You don't really need wind turbines. These damn test gens are so cheap. So, all right, moving on down. Oh, yeah. We have a new staff member. I'm sure you guys all know this by now. Tool Cupboard. We have a new person that's been joined our staff. Never got to formally announce it. And then we also have a new full admin who's been promoted to full admin. That would be Sabazio. I'm sure you guys all know Sabazio. He's been around for quite a while. So congrats to both of those guys. Sabazio is the person that makes our map previews, by the way. He's been making those things, God, for what, like 7 months now, Sab? I don't know.
Something like that.
It's been a while. So he's been helping us for a long ass time. Then I've been begging him to be staff for a while. I've known Sab for a long time. So good guy, putting in a lot of work. And Tool Cupboard's been doing great so far as a staff member too. So good stuff. A lot of our Sentinels, the volunteer program, have kind of just vanished lately. So I think we're going to be reopening up the applications to be a Sentinel if you're interested. We can explain that more later. It's basically just volunteers that kind of answer mini support tickets, technically. They've been a lot of help. The few that are still active have been great help, though. Actually answered a lot of stuff that I would have thought they would have just forwarded on to us, but they actually took care of. So good stuff. And now my last topic is the Aftermath server. So as you guys know, we opened up our Aftermath server. Believe it or not, we actually had this server a long time ago. Just never really got it off the ground. It's always been my favorite game mode, period. It's a Terminus server. For those that don't know, the way the Aftermath server works is it's Terminus. Basically, every single item in the game, I mean, from test gens to burlap head wrap, all the way to M249s, can fall out of every single container in the game. So you can just run the road, break barrels, and hit brown boxes, and you can find a damn M249 in a test gen. Obviously, they're a lot more rare than some of the other stuff. But the point being is the entire Rust loot table is in every single container on that server. There are some specialty ones like red barrels we programmed to just have fuel and ammo. So if you're running low on ammo, go farm some red barrels. Different things like that. Toolboxes, they tend to drop more construction type stuff like, doors and locks and different things for construction. Anyway, it's really cool because there's no crafting. So you have to scavenge for everything from bandages to even your building hammer and your building planner. You have to scavenge for everything. Code locks are gold on that server. You have to scavenge, again, everything. Locks, everything. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, it's the only way I could ever play Rust after trying it out back when we first made this server. It's just such a different game. So we started it back up. Wasn't expecting it to blow up as big as it did. It blew up quick. We already broke 30 players, and it's only been online for 3 days. So it's been a ton of fun. It's PVE during the day and PvP at night. So basically, to the guy that keeps asking for vote links, just look in the links channel in Discord. You'll see him in there. It's PVE during the day, PvP at night. So basically, when 6 p.m. hits, it's a little extra at night. That way, you have some light to actually PvP. But when 6 p.m. hits, you'll see an announcement in chat saying, PvP enabled. And sure enough, it goes pure vanilla until sunrise. So it's pretty fun. You scavenge for your stuff, then you got to get scared and hide when it gets dark outside. Anyway, so
and I hide a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I'm terrible. I do nothing but hide. It's a lot of fun. If you guys ever get bored, maybe late wipe on here, and you're like, man, getting kind of dull. I've already got everything built up. Give it a try. It's great fun. Like I said, third day now. We've already got 30 plus players logging into that thing at once. People are being pretty friendly on there. I think some of our Aftermath players are actually in this meeting. So I want to tell you guys, really impressed with the attitudes I've seen on there. It's starting a server is a lot of trouble. It took me 3 months to get this main server to break 20 players. It is not easy to start a server. You really got to be real friendly. You got to be helpful. You got to make people want to stay, and it's not easy to do. So I just wanted to commend you guys on the Aftermath server, because starting a server that has any kind of PvP element is extremely hard, because the minute someone dies, they want to rage quit. So props to you guys on that server, man. You guys have really been keeping a good attitude and being helpful to new players. I've seen people PvPing, and then after they're done, they help the person. Like, here, let me give you some stuff to build back up again. Like, I've never seen a group of PvPers that have impressed me so much as the people on our Aftermath server. There's been a few run-ins where people get mad because they got raided, but that's expected on PvP. You guys, just mad props. You guys are doing a great job. I know it sucks. I know you want to go out there and just lay waste to the entire map of players, but it really helps tremendously if you guys just stay polite, stay friendly, let the population build up a little bit. Once we get that thing up there, you won't have to play nice anymore, because people will just keep coming. So I appreciate it. You guys are doing a great job over there. Also, speaking of that server, as some of you from that server know, a lot of our staff are playing over there right now. You got to remember, our staff, they don't get to do shit here. The yellow staff are allowed to play. The red staff can't do shit. And even the yellow staff, when they do play, there's very limited what they can do. I mean, they're even instructed that they're supposed to, you guys don't even know this kind of stuff, but like our staff, we turn our radar on. Like, if, like, say, Tool Cupboard's going to go run oil rig, he'll turn his radar on first to see if someone's already heading that way. And if they are, he has to turn around and leave. It's just part of our staff training, is that we have to step aside so players can do stuff. So it gets kind of dull after a while. Yeah, they get to play, but it gets dull. So a lot of our staff has taken to the Aftermath server, because they get to play. They get to do everything, because I have not assigned admin rights to anybody over there except Aliana, and that's it. I mean, it actually caused me some problems, because we had an issue late last night and no one could help the guy because there was no staff. Tarlin, you're in here right now. Yeah.
Yep.
There was no staff around. So I promoted Aliana to admin on that server, because she does not play there at all. She's a busy ass woman, I'm telling you. So she won't have time to play there anyway. But she can, that way she can jump over there and help somebody if they need it. But just know, there's a reason that you don't have that many admins over there that can help you, because I don't want them having admin powers on there, because they want to actually be able to play. So I know it's kind of shady to see, Zap and whoever over there shooting people and having fun. Rest assured, they do not have any admin powers whatsoever on that server. They can't even chat as an admin, nothing. They can't do shit. So like, they would literally have to call Aliana over there to take care of something. So just letting you guys know, that's all straight and legit, and that's why you're seeing some of the staff over there playing. They're having a good time. All right, let me see. Okay, now we're going to move on to our staff. Anybody on any of the admins, or actually, let's start with the lead admins. Any lead admins got anything you need to talk about or say? Go ahead.
So as T mentioned, nice job on spreading out a little bit more this round, guys. It's helped. There's been a couple spots here or there, but really, we don't have the giant cluster areas of doom like we had the last like 2 servers. So first off, please, guys, thank you. That is huge. that helps out in many ways. The other thing I want to bring up, we tend to go through a lot at the very beginning of wipe, and there's a lot of times that we go through and we'll mark TCs, we'll mark things because we'll see just a random TC sitting there in a prime location, and then 24 hours, nothing's built on that, nothing happens with it, we delete. So if you're trying to mark off a prime location, you're not building there, don't expect to see your TC there. We see it a lot. And it's from people that have been here for time. It's from people that are brand new. So it's not any one, that I can point error and be like, so it's only the new guys that are doing this. The other thing too, the other side of the link, lemming part, if you're building a base, put your TC down, build your base. Do not spread 14 TCs out around. Most people here are pretty good with that. So I'm not, again, it's not one of those I'm saying this person's doing or that person, but it's more of a, just in general, build your base. We have tools now so we can see who put a TC down first. So when that person comes to us and goes, this person built literally on top of my base somehow, I don't know how, we can actually look to see who built first now. That doesn't mean we're going to sit there and necessarily jump on you the minute that somebody builds, close to you. Talk to them. Talk to the person next to you. You know how many people we got to, we talked to this, Eliana, myself, and a couple of the others talked to, and be like, hey, we're trying to get people spread out. Can we get you to move? They were here first. You came in after. Okay, and that was it. So a lot of times, and be nice about it. Try not to go over there and be like, F you, why the hell you building right there? That's on right. I was going to put a portal john right there for poo water. Come on. Be nice about it. Most of us, we're generally pretty good people. Some of us have attitude occasionally. But that's it. That's all I've got.
Nice. Zap, you clear? You good? You got anything?
Apparently
Yeah,
Zap's
I'm good.
dead.
I'm just staying muted because my dog's still barking.
Yeah. Tell Brooklyn I said shut up.
I will.
All right. Other admins. Anybody have anything else admin wise?
I will jump in.
Have at it.
PvP's coming up. Just keep in mind that we need to keep it friendly. Don't be toxic. I know last PvP I had to jump in a couple of times in chat because people are being a little toxic. We don't need to do that. I think one of the main things this community has is its friendliness. So let's keep it that way, guys.
Amen to that. Yeah, don't forget everything wipes anyway. Like, who cares? Just have some fun. And also, we're gonna set a new record on this PvP day. Okay, you guys, everyone listen. Everyone in this channel, listen. New record. This is gonna be the first. I'm just gonna predict this ahead of time. This is gonna be the first PvP day in the entire history of this server, which is now 16 months old, times 3 wipes a month. So this will be the first time in history we're gonna have a PvP day where nobody submits a support ticket telling us to keep an eye on someone because they're definitely cheating. Mark my words. First time it's going to happen. Okay. Any other admins have anything to add?
Yeah, I got one thing.
Have at it.
So with the raid bases that spawn and all that, please take down any raid bases that you build or walls that you place around them for when you take them. There's so many bases just around that are there. And then also the Bradley bases. I've seen a few Bradley bases pop up. Like when you're done using it, just take it down. That way, we're not running around seeing all these things because those affect the spawning of all of that.
Yeah. So 2 points, folks. First off, I'll tell this and I'll be nice to people. The Bradleys are generally going to change every day. That's as far as I'm going to tell anybody. 2. Bases, walls, things like that. the Raid Blaze plugin looks to see if there's empty space. So if you leave your walls previously from a old raid base, the raid base plugin is going to go, is there anything within this radius? Oh, there's a wall there. I can't go there. So now all you put up for a hard raid base that didn't come down when you left it will now prevent a raid base from possibly spawning. Same thing with that raid base that you put so you can snipe down below and shoot the bad guys in the head without having to worry about getting shot at. That will prevent raid bases from spawning.
Clean them up. We're not your maids.
You know, I haven't had to do it. I've actually was very close this wipe to having to put someone's high walls in front of their base, in front of their front door, so they could not leave their base. And if we do that, only the admin can remove it. So
That's awesome.
And I've done it to one other player. I did it to a player a couple wipes ago. Mind you, I have a number of walls that when I see X number of walls, that's when it starts going, okay, the next wall I find. And that's usually about when I start throwing blips in chat going, hey guys, remember all these high walls? Please make sure that they don't stay there. And I'll usually put that in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time I'm starting to see walls. And I keep a running tally. So, please watch.
All right. Lesson learned. Don't leave stuff out there. Cool. Any other admins?
It's basically the same. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being receptive to the efforts to kind of spread out. That's been something that I really pushed this wipe, and a good majority of you guys did it, and really appreciate it. I know that a lot of you guys ended up with neighbors that were too close, and it sucked because you were following the rules and they weren't, and all that. So just in general, thank you guys for your efforts, and I'm going to continue pushing for that. And I think Pooh Water was pushing some initiative, like if you're too close for a fire arrow to hit, it's too close. That's not an official rule, but it's a pretty good standard. So, you know, if you want to have a neighbor, just make sure that they've got a little bit of wiggle room. Some people don't compound up until PvP day, so let them have the opportunity to do that by not building on the edge of their building range.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Is I prefer people not compounding up till PvP day, and if well, you guys know, if people keep doing this kind of crap, we're just gonna have to get involved, and we don't want to. I do like Pooh Water's little fire arrow rule. Just shoot a fire arrow. If you can hit their base, you're too close. I make really big maps for you guys, so plenty of room. All right. Any other admins got anything? Awesome. Okay. Staff members. I guess it's just TC in here, isn't it?
I think so.
And she stole your speech, didn't she?
Yeah, I was gonna say I just want to thank all of you for being such amazing players and just supporting the server overall, and just individual personalities that all of you bring to the server as yourself just help expand the server overall.
Blue, I was scrolling. I was scrolling, dude. Just give me a second. I see you, buddy. I got to be careful. Blue moved to my city now. He can literally drive over here and beat my ass. What's up, Blue? What you got?
Go ahead, Blue.
He don't even have anything. All right.
Cut out less Blue.
Yeah, you're totally cut out.
Nothing.
That was a great speech, man. It makes you stayed up all night writing that one. Okay, so we're going to do 2 stages of questions here. The first stage might not have any. Admins, did you guys notice any questions going through before I start asking for open questions?
No, I didn't notice any.
Okay. So we're going to go to open questions now. You guys, if you have a question, just type I have a question or something in chat and I'll get to you. And then you can just ask your question in voice or chat, whichever. But don't just start popping questions in the chat because they're going to scroll by so fast I won't be able to read them. So does anybody have a question? All right, Khan, you got a question.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks for having us, guys. Minnie and myself been looking for a home for quite some time. We think we found one. And we really like the foundation of this server. A fucking phenomenal fucking staff, no doubt. That being said, now just for out of curiosity question, a moment ago my auto turret just killed my own teammate when it shouldn't have. It was quite weird. But with that being said, I also like to make raid bases not for raiding for the server, but raiding for the admins. I like to fucking invite you guys to have some fun. Get your weapons wet, and so speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to perfect the way how I can make this more happen and show my appreciation, show our appreciation for you guys. So like for example, like Mazul did his last raid base. You guys knocked it out the water. We had a great fucking time. Last night we had a great time raiding you guys. Tonight I'm still perfecting this base right now, so I can hopefully set it up for you guys to raid us tonight. After the your meeting and all that good shit. But other than that, man, that's really a question. But... I'm sorry, that was more of a sentence than anything else. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good, man. I appreciate the compliments on the server. That's our goal here, is for everybody to have a great time and for this to be the best. Let's be honest. Rust is a very flawed game, so we tried to make a server that kind of makes Rust fun again. Not to sound like Trump there, but we want to make Rust fun. So, anyway, I appreciate it. I know the admins have been having a great time back and forth with all these raids and fighting each other. So glad you like it. And yeah, just anytime you guys want to put together little events like that, just get with the staff. And they'll be happy to get that stuff together for you. Let me scroll back on this list here.
I believe someone just got killed by their own auto turn again.
It was a zombie, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So the next question was Soft Wabbit. Well, you said for the end, but you might as well ask it now because I'm going to keep scrolling and then I'll forget. Or is she typing? Okay. You can type that.
Is that the emergency meeting button?
Oh, how's our day been? It's been great. I'm packing to move right now, so it's been pretty stressful because I'm closing on my new house at the same time my old one closes. So I'm not going to have anywhere to live for like a night. That'd be interesting. Anyway, all right, scrolling on down. Let's see. Question. Levi Williams, you asked about the Terminus server. Yes, the bases are rateable at night. At night, everything becomes just vanilla. I mean, everything you can. One thing I forgot to warn you guys about on the Terminus server, all the time, even during PvE, you can be looted, and so can your shit. So there is no locking plugin, like your furnaces, your inventory. Like if someone sneaks into your base, they're gonna be able to steal your shit. So just be warned ahead of time. And your backpack does drop on death all the time, including PvE. So you do have to be a little more careful on that server. Whoever has an open mic, we need to mute. Let's see. Scrolling down, Mazul has a comment. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. First of all, just to add on the con, that thing that we put on for the admins was effing epic. And Mac, the War Pookie has been placed.
I'm coming for it.
All right, moving on down. All right, looks like Blue and Con are gonna get together. Mazul, there you got that. So turrets can kill zombies. Yes, they're supposed to be able to. If they're not, then something's configured wrong. Jar Jar, you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering if tool covered single.
No, he's not. He's taken.
Fuck.
I mean, he's definitely DTF, so you have to talk to him.
Slide to my DMs, bro. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so scrolling on down. Could we make feet pics a type of currency? Well, if we did, we all know who the richest person on the server would be.
Zap.
Why my elbows, though?
Why have tycoons?
Feet.
Wait, we only get baby bear's elbows?
Paying for baby bear elbow pics.
I'm still scrolling here. You guys are killing me.
I just want to say thank you to the admins as well for giving me a chance to be staff. I never thanked you guys for that.
Yeah, man. That's a hard pass on the server for me. Oh, the other server. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Wasn't trying to sell you on it. Was just telling people. All right. Anybody else got any questions? This is your chance.
Until next month.
Until the end.
Can
Just
slash remove the stone walls that you put up.
Yes. Slash.
If you don't have building pro.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need building priv to slash. You just need to be the one who's put them down.
Yeah, C-Town, you've been here a long time, man. You know, we've always provided coverage on the server, man. Even back when it was just 1 or 2 admins, always had coverage. It's one thing we pride ourselves on here. And one thing I'm constantly yelling at my admins for, why is nobody on the server? You can ask them, it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll be on Discord in bed just pinging everybody. Like, why do I not see an admin on the server?
Yeah, nobody be pinging him back going, go to fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
Bad tea.
Right. They do. So I try to provide you guys with support as much as I can. Well, I'm sorry. I try to direct the other admins to provide support because they're, let's be honest, they're the ones that really put in the most work when it comes to supporting the players.
Oh, I do have a question. So, sorry.
Go ahead.
So about giant excavator, would we have to be on top of it, or like just in case someone steals the diesel or anything like that? We're supposed to like run them, like catch them, run them down, screenshot their name and all.
Need to get a recording of them doing it, but yeah, we actually stopped. We used to not put that on the maps, and then we started making that a PvP zone just because we didn't want to deal with the arguments. But I mean, that's the best you can do. Just get a recording.
I'd be down for the PvP monument.
Not doing PvP zones again. But
Yeah,
put it.
the problem is the PvP zones just never, like 2 people ever built in them. I'm pretty sure it's Arctic and Nemesis. Maybe it was just Arctic. I'm not sure.
Jar Jar, if you got a.
I built trap bases in the.
Jar Jar, if you got a serious question, go ahead, man, because I want to move on. Probably not. T-Bird, scroll up, please. If there's any way to be credited to our clan team for doing this kind of rage. Did he just ask for compensation?
I mean, he didn't say the word, but
No, the question was, he wants to know if there's a way, if he does a rateable base or this sort of thing or an event and wants it to be where the admins rate us, is there a way that he could
be the same principle as being
suggest it or
being doing
it
a hard
or-
raid or something of that nature?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Well, I mean, you're getting the RP for it.
No, he doesn't want compensation.
I don't
He
want
wants-
compensation. I want
He
material.
wants to be able to create. He wants to be able to create the event and let it be known. Is there a way to know if he's doing the event or whatever?
like recognition versus compensation.
No.
He essentially like the materials. The materials to build the base. Is that what I'm understanding?
I could definitely deal with materials for sure.
It's like a compensation con.
That being said, sure. I have to farm everything myself. Everything.
Okay. So, hold on a second. So this is something that we, the lead admins, have been talking about a little bit. The problem is, and this is one thing I'm going to throw out, and it's we're still trying to figure this out and iron it out more. Where if people want to do a reverse admin raid, where it basically, if it works and the way we're going to do it, you guys would function exactly the same way as us at that point. Where as a player, you would then take and make your 3 kits just like we would. You'd have a little bit of extra stuff on the side, and you'd have to run with that, as opposed to however much of your own stuff you can otherwise.
I like that.
Again, we're still working at the details. No solid anything on that yet.
He just wants to make this. He
Yeah,
loves.
I totally dig that, no doubt. I like that idea. I'm just trying to make more fun, more active for the server.
Talking about like making an event. Like
He loves to build and farm, but also he's excited that you guys could actually take part and do something when you currently don't get to on this server.
Yeah.
So therefore, he'd like to know if we farm it and do it, whether we get RP or not. I mean, you can even cut off the RP factor. Like, just help us to contribute to the next event. Like, we go back and forth. Like, you build a base, we'll come help you. And
Everybody hold on. The admins can also you also have to understand when, like, what some of the admin bases, like I let them actually just create the base as admins, not as their own farm stuff, because I want you players to be entertained. And then all they do is they just throw all the shit under the map when they're done. It's basically just almost like a free way for you guys to get live raid bases instead of NPC raid bases. So my admins do that already. So there's a real easy solution to this. If you guys want to do a reverse one so bad, the admins can build the base like they normally do, and
no,
then
but
flip it
the
around.
point. I'm sorry to cut you off, T-Berg. The point is, he enjoys building it.
Yeah, no, we can talk more about that later and get a little more into the of it. Right now, we're going to be going back and like I said, I try not to cut people off. It's just I need to step away for about a minute, so I want to try and get what we're here dealing with. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all just get with the admins later, and they can work.
Yeah,
out
we'll talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's a bunch of people in this channel that want to get on with their night too. So, all right. Anybody else have a question before we end this part and I get on to my Halloween trolling training with my staff?
Where do babies come from?
Hey, we may come practice on you guys while I'm teaching these people how to troll. So
That's all good.
All right. No other questions? Then I guess we are going to end this meeting. Cool. Thank you all for coming, and see you Thursday in the hell of a force wipe.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Thanks for having us, guys. Thanks for having us.
Bye,
for being here.
everyone.
Love you.
Hey, for players,
too.
I think
Hey,
when
cool.
we put up this
Mwah.
PvP base, everyone's invited to come at it.
Wait,